You think it looks cooler, Mike in or Mike out? Weird question, right? Yeah, we're really gonna go back.
I say out.
Out.
Yeah.
All right. Forgot I could do that. Honestly. Dude, of course she's coming too late. Mr. Snow's gonna be out of there, Matt, by the time she gets there.
All right.
Think so?
By the time Arya gets there, yeah.
Oh yeah. You think he's coming back, or you think it's gonna be the end for him?
If they kill him while he's meeting her, I'll be pissed, dude. Like
She's
seriously,
talking about he gotta come and bend the knee. Like,
yeah.
he ain't gonna do that. So I mean, it's gotta be some kind of conflict.
If y'all listen to what she said or what Sansa said, you know what's about to happen. He's not gonna kneel, and then she's gonna try and kill him like her. They did their grandfather with the dragon, and then she's gonna realize he's part of her blood because you can't kill him with the flame.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
All right, enough of that.
Yeah, he's a Targaryen, dude. How about you get on it and get this damn?
Let's go. We're ready to rock. Welcome back.
We live?
We're live, man. We're live.
Hey, man.
We're ready to go.
What if the people wanted to know about Thrones? We're just here. We're giving them a recaps, pop culture here.
Yeah, spoilers for what about people that are waiting to binge on it?
You better put spoiler alert.
Look, it's too late to binge now. You gotta be in it.
It's too late, man. We waited a year and a half. We're gonna talk about this.
Right.
Okay?
Anyways, I don't give little promotional advertising out, but this True Medic, I just want
to LaCroix.
If you have a Costco near you, just pick one up. They're on sale for $100 at Costco.
Yo, will you send me one?
Oh my goodness.
Yo, send me one and I'll send it back. Like, let me borrow it for
I put this thing on my hamstrings. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
I needed that during the rant a couple of weeks ago. I could have just zoned out.
Yeah, wow.
Well.
You should just invest in the show and we can all wear them.
Let's go, man. Let's get it on. My name's Justin. Okay, you know where I reside. We got Chris. We wearing a Cavs hat, dude. That
all day, baby.
That dynasty.
Look, dude.
If you want to,
we're not worried about the dynasty. You know who I'm worried about? I'm not worried about the dynasty. I'm worried about LeBron.
Well, he ain't gonna be there for long either. So.
That's cool. Where he going? The Lakers? I'll take a Lakers hat. Look, man.
So the NBA is no longer a team. You're not. Well, the NBA to me is never really. Besides, if you're a Bulls fan.
I mean, like I like the Hornets. I just like the LeBron's going further than the Hornets every year, so I'm gonna root for LeBron.
Yeah, I go for. I got the Hornets. I like the Knicks, but I still like players, and I root for players every year, just because it's so ever changing now with all the super teams and whatnot. So you gotta kind of
hang on people's brands these days.
Yeah.
So Diggs, what you up to, man?
Man, I'm chilling. I'm trying to keep up with this Kyrie Irving news, man.
What's the latest? Where are we at now?
Well, I mean, Derrick Rose just signed, or he's going to sign. He announced
super
that he's
team,
going to sign.
Dream team, Derrick Rose and LeBron.
Derrick Rose is way past being any part of a dream team. That guy is a six-man off the bench.
Still put up 18 points, 48% shooting.
And then he'll break his leg.
I mean, that's cool, but maybe with LeBron, you can say, here, LeBron, you run point. I'll go chill for a game or two.
But, man, like this late,
I mean,
after the NBA season, to get a bombshell like this, like that came out of nowhere. Like, I was not expecting to hear anything like that yesterday when I got up. And I hear that LeBron leaked that Kyrie is requesting a trade. So that's... I don't know how we got to kind of kick that to Diggs since he's probably the biggest Cavs fan here.
You're like a huge Kyrie fan, right, Diggs?
Yes, Kyrie was my favorite player on the team, but right now the way it's looking, I hate him right now. I ain't gonna lie. It's like
I'm Team Diggs.
From what I've been hearing, it's like he wants to be the main guy on the team, and like you're not gonna be that with LeBron there. You can go somewhere else. You're still going to be in LeBron's shadow. It's LeBron.
But he
Like,
he
come on.
signed before LeBron came though, so I mean I see where he's upset a
Yo,
little
but
bit.
what if they win 21, 33, and then 24 games when he was the man?
That's
Like, come
true.
on now.
But
When
but
LeBron was
still,
there as the man, they were instantly better. They were the same scrubby team with Kyrie.
I'm just saying I see
Kyrie's a
where he's
ball
coming.
dominant. I see where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, he's a ball dominant player, and it's been proven that ball dominant players, like point guards at least, the black holes don't win. It's been pretty much proven. Allen Iverson, he's not. He wants to be kind of like to me. It seems like an Allen Iverson legacy, where I mean, he's the same type of player. Let's be honest. They're two guards playing the one. Kyrie doesn't pass. He's not a great passer by any means. He just drives and finishes better than anybody else in the game. And I mean, that's what he's got going for him. But at the end of the day, he can't play defense like Isaiah Thomas. They both can get buckets whenever they want, but they can't play defense to save their lives. Like if he's showing us that it's not about the rings for him. He wants to create his own legacy. I mean, this is the dude who went on road tripping saying that he wants to build his own community. He wants to like have Kyrieville or whatever it was called
on a flat earth.
Like, yeah, literally. So like he's got a different way of thinking, which I respect, and he wants to be his own man. But don't say you want to be your own man and then put in two or the three teams that already have a superstar there.
Diggs, tell us the truth. Why Kyrie's leaving? Because you came up with this right away.
Well, I mean, what I thought at first, I thought it was because LeBron really offered him instead of like Kevin Love. He wanted him to go instead of Kevin Love to either the Pacers or the Bulls for Paul George or Jimmy Butler.
I'd do it.
And that makes a lot of sense to me.
I mean,
so it's just feelings more so than
him
wanting to be the man.
He probably still. I mean, they've been playing it on SportsCenter all day after Game 5 or whatever. What he was saying, like, I gotta like obviously paraphrasing here. He was saying things like, I can't. Like, I don't know when to take over. I need to like blah 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 with playing with LeBron. I don't know when it's my turn because he was complaining about how he didn't have touches in the fourth and was out of sync when he finally got his touch and missed the shot. Basically, is what happened. And so, I mean, it's the ego thing. They both are huge egos. They both want to build their own brand. I mean, Kyrie, in his own way, just off of flashiness as his own brand, not merely successfulness. His successfulness is in credit because of LeBron.
Oh, right. I mean, fully.
Yeah.
But he sees him. I mean, I hear he idolizes Kobe. So, that's who he sees himself as. He wants to be the man. He wants to be the one.
But he wants to be the man. But why does he want to go to San Antonio? They already have the man.
That's true.
Why does he want to go to the T-Wolves? They already got 3 men.
Yeah, it seemed like the Knicks would be his, even though he wouldn't even be the man. He might be number 2 there.
Yeah, literally the teams other than the Heat, he would be not. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like a contradictory thing. It's more of his way of trying to cover up. I want to leave LeBron. Like,
he just don't want to. Be with LeBron. Yeah, that is true. I didn't really think about that.
And I don't even think LeBron's that worried about it because, like, in my opinion, you can take Kyrie and make your team better, because what people are forgetting is when you trade Kyrie, it's not like you're just giving him away. You're going to get something in return for him that is most likely good. So worst case scenario, they just get Melo, right? It's like, oh, we got an old Melo. But even then, like, you go out and you try to, I mean, you already got Derrick Rose. I mean, it's just more, you go out and get more bodies and better role players than you have now, younger. You just try to fix your roster that way. I think Kyrie can get you a lot more things. You move Kevin Love to the number 2 man. We'll see if he tell him to get fat. And we'll be good.
So who do you? So Kyrie wants to be the one. So what kind of team do you build around Kyrie? If you're a GM and you say, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get Kyrie and I'm gonna build this team around him, what pieces do you put around him to make that team work?
I go get every defender known to man.
Just defenders and shooters.
Yeah, they better be 3 and D. That's literally what you need, because, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Even if you do 3 and D, like, he's proven, he doesn't pass. They were undefeated when he gets 10 assists, but he rarely gets 10 assists for the Cleveland. Like, I mean, granted, LeBron controls the ball a lot more and he wants to run up and down, but like, I don't know. There's not much you can do, because, like you guys said, you have to clog the lane if you get a big man. So if you had a Boogie with him, it's like, I mean, he can stretch the floor, but he's still going to be inside most of the time. It's hard. I think It's just
I think
he's a
because
street baller in the NBA at the end of the day.
I mean his strength is ISO ball, so he's not gonna break down, in a team defense. He needs that ISO. So when you're in that ISO, then you can't really kick out to somebody else that's open because you're on the ISO. So he might get his 40, but it's gonna be 40 and 3 assists.
And on 37 shots.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, that's what he's proved. Look, do you have a dream place where he could go? What does a trade look like to you? Like a possible Matthew Thompson trade
for him, or for you mean the place where he needs to be?
I mean, what do you think is the best move for the Cavs if they trade him? Do you think they should keep him and just make him say, "Hey, you signed this"?
I think they should, honestly. I mean, because next year I'm fairly sure most people are thinking that LeBron is gone, and then you got Kyrie sitting there, and it's his team again.
Well,
and
do you think LeBron released or saying that he is didn't waive his no trade clause or whatever, or kept whatever it was?
He said he's not going to waive it. So basically, he's going to be there next year.
Yeah,
they can't move him.
So is that trying to? You think that's like a way of urging Kyrie to stay, or do you think that's just more like whatever? We'll see you later. I'm here.
I think it's taking one of the options off of the Cavs plate. So they might be thinking, okay, we could either trade LeBron or we could trade Kyrie coming up because LeBron's probably gone. So hey, we could just move him and make Kyrie happy and sign him long term. But LeBron's basically saying no, that's not on the table. So now they have to either put them in a room, let them figure it out, or just play the Kobe and Shaq role and just play while they hate each other or while they're not getting along, or they can try to make a deal for Kyrie. But
that could possibly fuel some of their best basketball together, though.
In a way, saw Kobe and Shaq.
It could dismantle it too at the end of it.
But it's 1 year though, so who cares if it don't work out for this 1 year? You probably weren't going to win the championship anyway. So let it play out, and you still got Kyrie, as opposed to you trading them now.
This is what I think the Cavs should do, man. Like Kyrie is he's 25. So it still has plenty of years left in the tank. So if you wanted to trade him, you can get pretty much whatever you want for him. And you still have a couple decent players on the bench in your depth that you can give with them as a package. So this is just me, dream scenario before the D-Rose trade. And obviously I've said it to you before, but I think that the Cavs should do something in the words of getting Kyrie to the Suns in return for Eric Bledsoe and Devin Booker, because those are one that's a better defender than Kyrie. I mean, he can still score. He's not going to score as well as Kyrie, but he's going to thrive better off of somebody like LeBron.
Right,
and Devin
in the team setting.
Sure will, because LeBron will get him open shots. He's going to the dude scored 70 points in the game. You can get a bucket, you're going to get a bucket. And with LeBron, you're going to get even more buckets, easier buckets. So you can give pretty much anything. You can give him a Corver with that. With Kyrie, you can give him a Shumpert, whatever they want for that. Take it. I don't even care. Like, if that would be the route I go. I heard they were the possible third team in the trade with the Knicks, so that was just where I was coming from.
Do you try to honor his trade request if you're the Cavs, or do you just ship him wherever the best thing is for your team?
Nope. Whatever the best for my team is. That's my Madden GM coming out too. What? No.
Okay. Yeah, we got a question from YouTube.
Well, go ahead, dude.
There was a report that Kyrie was jealous of Dame and John Wall of having their own teams, and
I know who this is. I mean, I don't know if there's any truth to it because I don't have any sources behind the scene or anything. But I mean, I can see mainly just because those guys are the focal point of their teams, and the way they play is the new school style. I mean, like with LeBron, you got to play half court, and with a team like Washington, who's up and down with John Wall pushing the pace every time he gets the ball, like. I don't know why he envies John Wall. He can't pass as near as well. He's not.
That's the thing. Like John Wall pushes it and then kicks it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not his style.
Oh, no, so Kyrie pushes. You see Kyrie push it. He's shooting.
He's shooting for real.
He's growing up with the layup.
I mean, he's a shooting guard and a point guard body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wants to be AI at the end of the day. That's what Allen Iverson was.
Right. Yeah. Even AI might would have passed a little bit more than Kyrie does. I don't know. I mean, like you said, I don't see why he would be jealous of John Wall. John Wall is who he is. He has a team built around him for his specific skill set. That team wouldn't work with Kyrie because Kyrie he's not going to kick out the bill. He's not going to kick the auto. So why would he want to be there? What'd you say?
I said he's going to shoot a shot.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That was a question from UE GameWire. I think that might have been Jairus.
Maybe.
He's happy that well, I won't really get into that but wait, real quick. So Melo had a conversation with Lillard. I saw on the Dan Patrick show. But then I also saw something that Melo might be coming to OKC, or OKC's pursuing that. Where does he end up?
That's my thing. This is just the rumor time now. Like, there's gonna be rumors for everywhere. I don't know.
I mean, Melo has a no trade clause, so he's only going where he wants to.
You have to pick one. Where's he going? Yeah. Pick one team that Melo
he's still talking about Houston. That's the only thing I've ever heard Melo say this whole entire time was even now that the Cavs are in the picture, he still is talking Houston. So
yeah, I'm gonna go Cleveland just because of Kyrie.
I say either Cleveland or OKC. I think with this rumor coming up, I think he's gonna see what potential they could do in the West if they team up.
But OKC
what do you
would
trade
have
if you're OKC?
OKC would have to include another team.
Can't. They broke. I saw an article. They broke down a trade. It would include another team. I think they said the Clippers.
Yeah, they had the Clippers. They sent Cantor, but then they're also gonna have to. The Cantor's not gonna be enough. They're gonna have to send maybe a Ferguson or Jeremy Grant to the Knicks, and then along with Cantor. And I don't know. I don't want to break up some of those pieces to get Melo for a year or two.
How do you feel about that big three? It depending on how it happens, just on paper with the big three of having PG and Melo along, like Westbrook. What do you feel like that team would do?
Man, I have never been a huge Melo fan. I think he's a unbelievable scorer. I think he can post up. I don't think it would be that. Honestly, I think they'd have a tough time to get their flow going and get it, gel together.
I think you could get USA Melo. If you can get USA Melo,
if you got USA Melo, honestly, Melo at age 33, if he
buys into the system,
if he could be the sixth man, that dude.
No,
he would never would. But I'm saying, he would be that would be a championship team.
But still, imagine that lineup though with Westbrook. Who would your two be?
Paul George to go back to the two.
Yeah, PG.
No, because I think you put Melo at the 4 in today's NBA.
Yeah, Melo will be 4. Yeah.
But
so you're gonna have Adams, Melo at the 4, Paul George at your 3. I don't know who your 2 is. And
might start Cantor and put him at the 4. Well, unless you got to trade Cantor.
Yeah, so we're saying if Cantor's hypothetically gone. So
Dougie McBuckets.
Hey man,
I think he was in that trade, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, never mind then.
I don't know. We can't get rid of Adams.
They have to give up too much.
Yeah, you can't get Adams is one of the best centers in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, you don't give up Adams. Cantor, you can go. I think you can let Cantor go.
Yeah, you can let Cantor go for sure. I mean, he's gonna break his forearm punching the chair anyway. So,
what do y'all think about?
Or end up in international prison.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about the report that Kyrie believes that LeBron leaked the information about him wanting that trade? Is that a deal? Like, would that affect? Say if the Cavs said, you know what, we're not going to move you, you have to play next year, and then it comes to light that LeBron did leak the story. Is that an issue?
I would hope at the end of the day they're just grown men and they get over it and say, hey, man, we both want to win. Well, one wants to win. Kyrie wants to be the man. I don't know. Because isn't it how it goes is LeBron wanted him in the trade and then Kyrie found out. And so Kyrie probably told somebody, and LeBron knows everybody, so they told LeBron, and so it literally, basically, LeBron is the Cavaliers. Like, whatever you're going to say is going to happen. If LeBron says, oh, you want to be gone? Well, here you go. I'm going to help you. If that's the case, that's just what it shows me that LeBron doesn't want him on his team. If LeBron leaks that, he says, okay, I don't want to play with you.
But it doesn't make sense because him leaking that kind of ruins his trade. Well, not ruins, but degrades his trade value a little bit because they know now that they're kind of behind the 8 ball.
But now everybody can call. Before, nobody knew Kyrie was on the table except for maybe the teams they called. But personally, if they even did it.
Well,
I don't think it lowers the trade value because he's still under contract for a couple of years. He's not
for
going
2
anywhere.
years. So you're going to get
but if
they're not going to wait,
another
they ain't gonna wait that long.
But you got to think about Paul George. The only reason that trade was bad is because they accepted the bad trade.
But they wanted him out of the East.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm the Cavs, I give him it to anybody but Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heat, T-Wolves, Knicks, Spurs. Those are top. Where does he go?
That's who he wants to go to. I say Knicks.
Personally, I think he goes to the Knicks, and then since they signed Derrick Rose for basically a chicken box from Popeyes, they're just gonna sign a bunch of players like maybe a Tony Allen and a Monte Ellis,
Yeah, but if they get a Melo, they can't get all those players. They'll have to spend on the luxury tax.
I think they can get a little bit because they're
think-
going to be cheap. Those players are going to be cheap.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they're already in the luxury tax with Kyrie, so him and Melo, their contracts can't be that much off. So
well, Channing Frye is gone. That's a big contract.
Okay.
So that'll give them a little bit of space. Richard Jefferson. Well, no, Richard Jefferson's coming back.
Yeah, ultimately, it just depends how much they want to spend in the luxury tax still, because they're
Oh
going.
yeah, that you're right.
And that's what has been the problem this whole offseason. Has been Dan Gilbert and his awful business
acumen.
Yeah.
All I know is I think my second episode we were discussing the NBA, and I said I was worried about the Cavs, and I got dirty looks from all you guys. And admittedly, I didn't think it was going to be this soon.
But
I don't know if I
think
gave
they're
you
in
a
trouble.
Time out. But this is all speculation still. The Cavs still the Cavs at the end of the day right now.
I think they're in trouble, man. I think they're
You gotta-
1 year away from
But
the
that's my
atomic
thing.
bomb.
How are they in trouble though? If you trade Kyrie, it's not like you're gonna like what.
Do you deal
I mean,
LeBron?
you gotta get some good. You can't
do you-
deal LeBron.
No, LeBron's staying. LeBron.
So perhaps for this 1 year coming up, you looking okay. But after that, you're gonna have a black hole.
Why can't you deal LeBron?
He's got no
You
trade.
can't. Yeah.
He's got a no trade.
Yeah. And he
said he's not waiving it. So he's stuck. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be there for the whole year, and then he's gonna walk, and they're not gonna
This
get
hat
anything for
lives
him
for
unless he
another
doesn't sign the trade,
This hat.
which he shouldn't do.
Living for a year.
So I don't know. Tell your man LeBron to up
Look,
his,
man.
his Instagram game too. I don't want to hear any more Meek Mill.
Look, man.
Something else, why you?
Look,
Oh, man.
I hate Kyrie. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah, you're not alone.
This is your best chance to win a championship. Every team you're gonna go to. I think him and Pop's not gonna work.
No, there's no way.
That
he goes to
definitely
the
not.
Spurs.
Pop would destroy him. He'd break him down every practice.
He'd say, "Oh, you don't play defense. You're not playing."
Right.
Literally, is probably what you would say.
They're coming off the bench behind Patty Mills.
All right.
Where we
All
All
going?
right, y'all. Well, let's talk about my man, the Juice. The Juice is finally coming home. He will be granted, well, he's granted parole, and he'll be released on October 1st, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that?
I mean, it's crazy how big news the OJ still is these days. but
Right.
I
He's
mean,
70 years old.
Yo,
He
I was in
played
the
it
gym. It
forever.
was on every TV. Everybody was stopping and watching. Like, and there was no sound, obviously. Like, I mean, it's just crazy. He's still a draw, whether it's good or bad. His name's still.
It's him in the courtroom. They go
Yeah.
together. And
Yeah.
we
Well,
see
it was
Juice in
him without the courtroom too. He's always been that. He's always been just a mega star, supernova. Like regardless of you talking about on the football field, in
Yeah.
commercials, in the courtroom, in the Bronco, in jail.
I
He
didn't even.
made. I
You
forgot.
go.
I saw a report today said how much money he made, $500,000 or something in the last couple of years while in jail. Like he's just a star, right? Regardless of what he's doing.
I heard they're taking bets on what he's going to do when he gets out.
What
Well,
is
Like,
he
you
first
can
thing he
actually
does.
bet on this.
He's gonna write a
Like,
book
you
about
have his
what he
own
did,
reality show or
or
whatever.
if I robbed them, how I would.
He needs to have a conscience, like follow him around, like hire like a bodyguard / conscience that tells him, "No, Juice, don't do that."
He's off the fritz, man.
Oh, it's crazy. Like I mean,
He was laughing and joking in his parole.
yeah, in the courtroom, yeah,
Like, come on now.
But you see that personality, like he's
Yeah.
so likable. I saw in the Chappelle series, like Chappelle talked about the 4 times he met OJ, and each
Yeah.
time he's like he came away as this great guy. So I mean, you know, you can say whether you want to if he did the murders or not, but outside of that, like he's just an extremely gregarious, well-liked guy, and he just is gonna be a star until he dies. Apparently, regardless of what he does, it's star power.
More power to him, I guess. Good for him. One of the lucky few. Meanwhile, we over here grinding,
Half a
Right.
mil, just
doing
chilling in
online
jail.
podcasts
In jail.
for nothing, just for fun, for smiles. And he over there in jail, just caking,
Yeah,
Yeah.
making shanks, eating ramen,
Juice, like, you want an autograph
Right.
in prison?
Playing
Like,
dice
1K.
with
That's
with
the thing,
the
like,
ramen seasoning packets, bro.
That
Like,
money is gonna keep stacking too. Like
Oh,
when
no,
he gets out,
Oh, till he's dead.
Right. It's just gonna keep.
Oh, he's straight. He can do whatever. He could say.
Oh, dude, he could go.
He's gonna be like O.J. Simpson grill.
He could go talk to like little elementary kids, and that'd be totally cool. Like the principal would be like, "Oh yeah, this is a guy that turned his life around when he was 70 now."
Right.
Oh yeah, this murderer.
Let's get him in here, dude. I guarantee you. Mark my words. We are gonna see OJ go into a school to talk to kids on.
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, definitely. But still, I don't know. It was big news. Thank God the Kyrie thing happened, though. At least for the sports world to take over.
Yeah. You can tell it's sad.
Look, man, it's that baseball time of year. I'm sorry, Diggs. I know you love it. It's just that baseball lull.
Yeah, I mean, if this was, a month and a half from now when the NFL is kicking up, we wouldn't have heard.
Dude,
well, we would have heard about
today,
it, but it wouldn't have been. Yeah.
We have another question from Jairus Jones. He says, "Does Chris wearing the Cavs hat make him impartial?"
Chris is not impartial. He's never been impartial. That's never been a question.
Yeah, this has been the whole thing. If you watch the episodes, me and my man's LeBron go way back, yo. I got a picture. Hold up now. Y'all pay attention. Just so y'all know, I've always been on the LeBron train. This is from 2003. All right. This photo I'm about to post up here. 1 second. From 2003, in the middle there. I don't know. Oh, jeez. Look, dude, it's got to focus.
We all
not going to focus, but we can make out what it is.
I'm in the middle wearing a LeBron James jersey, old school Cleveland colors, 2003. So
were y'all playing kickball? What were y'all doing out there?
Well, I honestly don't know. I think we were in like Charleston. I don't know who the black kid is. We were trying to figure it out for a minute. I don't know who, no idea. But it's a good time, though. It was our Charleston trip, like 5th grade or something like that.
I went to go see LeBron in high school at Greensboro, in Greensboro Coliseum. He did a holiday tournament, and me and my boys went to go see him. And I've never liked him from that point. So we had the exact opposite.
I had some friends that played AAU ball against him, and they said he was like the worst jerk you will ever meet. But, I mean, that was back then when he was in high school, going into his senior year.
And, I mean, that's when you gotta be a jerk, man.
I know, but they just said like they were shooting around, and he like went and grabbed like the 2 basketballs and like took them and said, "This is my court."
That's petty, man. Whatever.
Speaking of Jairus Jones, this next topic is probably very near and dear to his heart.
Yeah.
What you think, Diggs?
Man, he was so happy he was right about this, but
Diggs, yeah.
John Wall signs the Supermax extension for some reason.
I mean, to me, do they win anything from this? They're still right now the fourth best team in the East, third, fourth.
Yeah,
they're still on a whole nother level from Cleveland and Toronto, or not Toronto, but Boston right now, as we speak, with no Kyrie trade. I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like
their team got no better in the offseason. They had to pay a boatload of money to Otto Porter, who had one good season making threes.
And this is like him basically. He's gonna be there for 5 years, right?
I mean,
he's
one
more year and then 4 years.
He's
after
hedging
that.
his bets almost. I mean, more power to him. But
I mean, but what he does by doing this is he can get. He's like, I'm here to stay. I'm a point guard.
That's true.
Bring your talents to DC. So if they
don't have any money,
who are they going to sign? That's going to help them win. They can't even afford Boogie now.
They have to negotiate with Bill. They got to get Porter and Bill.
They're going to have to start sending
contracts.
They're just going to have to get it. They just signed him to one, like literally a month ago. Not even.
They need OJ. They need OJ's lawyers and get him out of that.
They're going to have to start shipping away their future first round picks to take on some contracts. People are going to have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's good for them, but I think they've just dug
it's good for them. I mean, they're always going to be a contender because John Wall's that good and their team is good. They're just not at that Warriors level, which is the completely different level from everybody else in the league.
Here's
the contender for what? The Eastern Conference Finals?
Not even. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they are. I mean, and I know it's going to pain Jairus, but I don't think they are a contender for the conference finals.
I think that's their ceiling. 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4 in the East, I think is their ceiling.
But here's the thing: they set it up to where they can be a team for many years. You know, by having Porter and Bill.
I mean, yeah.
And
So what
Wall.
do you're just hoping LeBron goes away?
Well,
Which
or
may
Kyrie
happen.
goes, which may happen.
Okay,
but I'm
still,
just saying they could get progressive. I mean, a team that plays that well together, and I don't think Bill's the greatest. I don't think Porter's the greatest, but if they could play really well together, they could get. Just depending on what happens with other teams, but they could get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, there's a lot of ifs.
I mean, no, I definitely think they can. Yeah, but
we'll see how the Celtics team gels. We're kind of giving them just based on what they did last year and adding who they added. We feel like they're going to be number 2 easily, but they might not gel. And then if they don't, then you might have the Wizards up against the Cavs next year. But as I see it now, I think they're a solid 4-3 position in the East.
I know Jarris is probably listening again, so please write in the comment section on who the Wizards could pick up to take them to that next level, who they have money to pick up.
I mean, man, I think they only you only do something like that if you have some picks lined up that you can bring in some prospects that you're not going to have to pay that much.
Yeah,
because I mean, you can't add anything to the team.
I mean, like, they had no draft picks this last draft because they traded it for Bojan, and he's gone. He's on the Kings or whatever. So,
Bojangles.
Yeah. So I don't know. I
don't like the team the way the team.
I mean, if the Cavs blow up, they're definitely a better team in the East. But who's to say LeBron doesn't go to the Sixers?
Yeah, that's true.
And then
they just gotta hope that Bill and Otto turn into the players that they're paying them to be. If they turn into those players, then they'll be a legitimate contender. But if they remain, inconsistent and injury prone, the way Bill has been, then I feel like they're just gonna cap out at the 3 spot and never take that next step.
It's a big leap from.
So how much better? How much are you expecting somebody like Beal or Otto Porter to actually get?
I mean, I just feel like Bill needs to be consistently as good as he was last year and stay free from injury. Otto, I don't know. I don't know what they want him to be. I feel like he's just a serviceable NBA player. Personally,
and he can shoot.
He can shoot.
Yeah, if he's open, he's gonna shoot and he'll make it. But
he has to be a star. He's a max player now. He has to be a main cog on that team, and I don't see him being that. So we'll see.
I love Batum.
That's great.
You'll see.
Yeah,
So what's up with Freeze at Ole Miss?
Oh man,
bro, that's
this
crazy.
guy.
I mean, I'm like, I don't really care at the end of the day. It's like I really don't. It's crazy that he was calling escorts on like a school provided phone. What is he married? I'm assuming, right? Which is why.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a big deal. Okay. Yeah. So if he was single, would it not be a big deal?
It's still a big deal because
it's illegal.
Yeah, it's still illegal.
Okay.
It also couldn't have been for him too. So could have been for recruits.
Yeah, because I heard. I mean, Ole Miss. Literally, they were talking about on Colin Coward today. Somebody came on and said like Ole Miss is notoriously by coaches said to be like the team that cheats the most to try to get recruits. I mean, we saw they got Kim Dichie and like they had like the #1 recruiting class for a while.
Oh yeah, remember when they got that? What's the wide receiver's name? That
Treadwell.
Yeah, Treadwell, and that whole recruiting class was insane, and everybody thought Ole Miss was cheating then. And then they had that tight end. They got several people on their roster. They should be a lot better than they are.
Yeah,
because they've recruited phenomenally, and now we see potentially.
Well, my thing is who's gonna want this job now? Because it's hard enough to win in the SEC down there in Ole Miss, as we see. I mean,
are they going to get sanctions on them?
Yeah, from this? Not from that, but no, but from recruiting sanctions. Yes, they already have a limit of scholarships because of Hugh Freeze. Blah blah blah.
It's an SEC job, though. I mean, somebody's going
to take it, but it's going to be a tough job. And I was talking about this the other day. This is just a whole nother topic, real quick. What's the best conference in college football right now?
This upcoming year?
Right now, as we speak. I know what it is.
What, Pac-10?
Nah.
Who? What is
college football? I think
if we're saying even after what just happened, I think it's ACC.
ACC?
I think it is.
The SEC is just.
I think it is.
It's just Alabama and who else?
Yeah, literally that's all they have.
They're top. The top half is great in the SEC. And
but ACC has Florida State, has Clemson. I mean, UNC's better. Just shout out to Matt.
But you talking about this upcoming year, or are you talking about in the past? Like, because it's upcoming
if we're
year.
About what just happened? All right, but if we're going off of what just happened, which is how college football is always ranked. I mean, SEC wins 4 in a row; they're the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it can obviously change, but going into this year, I think you have to say ACC is the best. I mean, yeah, they lost to Deshaun Watson, but Clemson's still going to be a beast. Florida State is obviously a beast.
Outside of those two,
Virginia Tech is good.
I don't know. This upcoming year, I don't think the ACC is going to be that. But the past couple of years, they've been right near the top of the heap. But I think this upcoming year, they're going to take a step back because
Notre Dame's considered.
You lost Trubisky. You lost a lot of big names from last year on a lot of those mid-level teams like a UNC. So you're still going to have Florida State and Clemson's going to be good. But I think the other teams that have been good recently are going to take a step back this next year.
This is my dark horse. I mean, impartial, obviously. I'm biased on this. But I think Georgia is going to be really, really good this year just for the main fact that they got Nick Chubb coming back, and he's a year post-removed from his injury. He played last year, still put up 1,000-something yards, but obviously was still recovering from that terrible injury. Got Shoney Michel there as a running back as well. Jacob Eason coming back his second year. He's only going to be better than he was his freshman year, which he was good with no wide receivers. So Kirby Smart's obviously recruiting. I think they'll be good. Do you think Lincoln Riley over there in OU is going to do good, the ECU product?
I think so. I feel a lot better about this season than I did last season just because our O-line and D-line, we got dominated by Clemson. I guess it would have been in 2015. So I feel a lot better this year. We just got to find some receivers, but we have some talent at receivers. I don't think we'd have that big of a running back drop off. I mean, we obviously do because we had two players that went in the draft, but I still think we got some really good. We got actually a guy out of Georgia, Sermon is his last name. He's supposed to be a beast halfback that he'll play right away. So I feel really good. It's going to be interesting to see how Lincoln is as the head coach, but I think he was the greatest.
You guys are going to throw like 70 times a game.
No, that's just it. He runs the ball so much out of that
spread.
The running or spread offense. Trying to think of the name for it.
He's a great OC.
Running gun.
Yeah, but he's
definitely a really good OC.
I think
we'll see how he is
once Will Grier gets to playing, I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. I mean, you're in West Virginia. You're going to put up stats regardless. You're in the Big 12. I think he'll have a good year. I think UNC, obviously, they're going to be hurting at quarterback, but
they always have defense. They always have skilled players, but without a QB, unless somebody steps up on the roster that we don't know about.
I think Chaz Surratt ultimately will start probably next year, not this year. Where did Malik Zaire go? He transferred to somewhere in the ACC, I think.
Yeah, he did. Where did he go?
So that was another reason why I had him up there. Oh, I forget. He went somewhere there, though. And obviously Francois down in – college football is kind of loaded at quarterback. I mean, granted, it's easier to be a good college QB, but –
yeah, especially in the spread offenses. Then anybody can be a.
Yeah.
Before we leave Freeze, I just happened to look at an article about him, and he had a chance to redact any numbers. He had the phone records. He had a chance to mark out any phone numbers that he needed to before he turned the records over, but he didn't redact that number.
Hey, man.
If you knew you called an escort.
He's a Bible man. That's what he preached himself as.
So I need you to remember.
Hey,
it was
man.
a 1 minute call. Maybe
huh?
Maybe it was a wrong number.
What if it was one of those little toll-free ones?
Well, yeah.
Wrong number.
Maybe he was like, maybe he was chilling watching film late at night. Saw a play and it came up on the TV on the side, a commercial.
Because that's on the huddle that they watch film on.
Yeah. I was just on the corner. He was by himself at his crib. And the little tube TV in the corner where DirecTV's hooked up.
Tube TV.
Well, I need him not to have a tube TV making $4 million a year.
The commercial popped up, man. I don't know. That's what it could have been.
I need you to realize that you made that you did that, and make sure you you cross that out. That's kind of. I don't know if he deserves to be a head coach if you make that kind of an error. That speaks to his.
I just want him to come in to recruit, but have somebody watch him, make sure he doesn't cross the line too much. because he's a phenomenal recruiter. I mean, what he did, the way he's able to bring athletes in there to Ole Miss.
I mean, yeah.
Which, have you guys gotten a chance to see Last Chance U?
I've seen it like parts. Like
I've seen both seasons, and that is, oh my gosh, that's a great college football show, because it's East Mississippi, they're pretty much the JUCO. I mean, they turn players around, but they bring players in that
like
didn't do well. Yeah, trouble players. So they had Franklin, who went to Auburn last year. They had the other quarterback from Florida State that came in, and they sent him to Florida Atlantic. And that's because he hit some woman in a bar. But this guy got good grades when he went to East Mississippi. Phenomenal dude. He's gonna kill at Florida Atlantic. But a lot of people didn't want to touch him.
Is that with Lane Kiffin?
Yeah,
him and Lane Kiffin are about to team up.
They're gonna kill down there in Florida.
Wow.
Atlantic.
I mean, yeah, him and Lane Kiffin. That just sounds bad.
Yeah, so he's gonna tear. But there was one player that they said he was one of the most phenomenal athletes that they've seen. His name was Isaiah Wright, and this guy always would just talk back to the head coach for East Mississippi, curse at him. He still saw the field, but he ended up going to a Division II school, and he's got talent to be like one of the best athletes in D1. But nobody wanted to touch him because of his attitude. And he's got a brother that plays at Indiana that also went to East Mississippi, but that's just what they said. They can't control his attitude. And he's like a super likable, nice guy. It's just he talks back, talks under his breath, and that was like the biggest deterrent to college coaches. So that was surprising too. But it's interesting to see those guys that have a trouble pass that go in there and they're able. And the head coach is he's brutal on these guys, and he got a lot of flack from season 1, but this season he didn't really tone it down that much.
It's like Hoover. Remember the Hoover days?
Yeah,
the tour days. Oh my gosh, that coach is wild.
He's on them all the time, but in the end, he stays on them. They have a guidance counselor. They get good grades, and they go D1. And his coaching style does work, obviously. So the only reason they didn't win the JUCO national championship last year is because the year before they got in that fight that a lot of people saw, and their whole team, except for freshmen, they were all suspended for the first game. So they played the whole first game with 30 players, and they were all freshmen, and they still almost won against one of the top JUCOs. So if they would have had that, they would have got the national championship.
That's crazy.
Anyways, it's good.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Good stuff.
All right, y'all know what time it is.
Oh, it's top hat time. 1 minute closer. Oh, go for it. 1 minute closer to Chipotle for me, man. It closes at 10.
All right, hold on. I actually might have some music that rolls out to this top hat.
This guy. Me and Matt could have made you some music with their mouths paused.
Speaking of music, if y'all happen to listen to this broadcast on SoundCloud later, gonna be some instrumentals playing throughout the episode, and those come courtesy of Irv Gotti.
Nice.
So go check him out on SoundCloud.
Minute.
Yeah, for sure. Irv has been producing for a while, so I'm gonna throw a few of his beats up there and behind a couple of the segments. So
that's what's up. No, that's dope. I'm all for that. While we're doing shout outs, little check me out on the YouTube, on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? We about to be out there.
What you playing right now?
I just play Rainbow Six right now, but I'm waiting for the Call of Duty. I'm trying to get like the editing skills down. Like it took me so long today to do this one video. I'll send you the raw file. It's like rough draft right now. Like I'm still gonna go in and edit it some more, but I'll send it to you before the night's over.
Okay.
You can check it out. It's like no concept, like I said, it's random. But go ahead, Chipotle time.
Check it out. All right, we got the music running.
All right, you got the top hat. Or you need me to do it?
You need to do it. I can't. Right, I can only do so much, Diggs. I'm over here.
I got you. I got you.
I can put on the.
All right. I already pulled one out, so it's gonna be.
Yo, can we make a bet?
Smith. What?
I was gonna say, can we make a bet so Justin has to send me one of those things he's about to put on?
What's the bet on?
I don't know. There's gotta be a good bet, something I can win at. I want one. But anyway,
how about this major coming up this weekend in the golf club?
Yo, yeah. If I beat you by more than 5 strokes, Justin.
Wow, he already saying he's gonna beat you regardless. But he beat you by more than 5 strokes.
I've got the shanks right now.
All right, go for it, Diggs.
All right, so we got Russ Smith averaging 58 points a game over in China. but no NBA interest.
It's China.
But I heard.
But
he got off in the
58 points.
Yeah,
I mean, no, I'm with you because like that was my thing back when Jimmer Fredette was what the MVP before this, CBA or whatever. I said that the NBA should definitely give him some looks. That's instant offense, blah blah blah. But clearly, there's something NBA scouts see that we aren't seeing outside of the numbers.
I mean, he's shooting almost 50% from the field.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? He dropped 81 in the game. He's averaging 58. He's got to at least be decent enough to be a 10 or 11 man on somebody's squad, I would think.
Yeah, but he's probably making more money not being a 10 or 11 man, getting more minutes in China.
If you're a 10 or 11 man, or 10
like he
or 11, you might not be on the team tomorrow. That's the thing. The NBA scouts know what they're doing. I just think some of these players don't have they play really well against that type of competition. I mean, there's some people, you take video games, you take football, basketball, anything. You go and you have some guy that will just light up against that competition. I mean, put up 60 points, and then you have another guy that could be a really decent player in the NBA and goes over there and he won't average near that because he does some of the other things and his game translates against all
feeds off of LeBron kicking him into the corner. You know what I'm saying?
So
it's just strange though. Like so the finals when it would be a blowout and you get the bench players from the Warriors and the bench players from the Cavs out there, like it looked comical. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but when's the last time you've seen anybody from China come to the NBA? It's always NBA to China, and he was in the NBA on the Celtics and ended up in China.
Dude, so go on YouTube and watch closeout defense of the NBA.
It's crazy.
And go watch China and over there, and that's the reason why you'll see.
And a lot of fouls.
Yeah, I mean Jimmer Fredette was getting Jordan calls when he was over there. As crazy as he was. But anyways,
my man Jimmer.
All right.
Ridiculed on the radio for his call. I called in with that point one time. They ridiculed me real hard.
All right. Well, the second one we got is Jordan Spieth wins his first British Open. I apologize.
Did you guys see what he overcame yesterday?
I saw the highlights today. I didn't get to watch it live. Dude, nobody watched it live. It was like 2 o'clock.
Yeah. He almost blow up like that one time?
He almost did.
He
and
did
then
blow up, right?
Yeah, he blew up on the third, and then came back on the 13th hole. Could have just lost the round completely, but he escapes, gets past the 13th hole, and then he just goes on a birdie run. Had a phenomenal eagle putt. I mean, he was hitting putts. That guy, I mean, when he plays like that, he's unstoppable. And I know you can't compare them to Tiger Woods.
You better not say it.
Because Tiger Woods changed the game of golf. But here's what I'm going to tell you.
I knew it.
Spieth's swing adds longevity to his golfing career. All right. We know Tiger Woods is pretty much done unless he can somehow miraculously get some stem cells pumped in his back and come back. He needs to go see Kobe Bryant's German doctor. But Spieth, and the one thing about Tiger too, for his first, a lot of his first wins, I won't say a lot, but for the first couple of years, they didn't stretch out the game. They didn't move the tee boxes back. So he got
but he also didn't have the super equipment that Spieth has and all the players now.
The equipment was getting there. He had good Titleist
early
irons.
His early years he's playing with the same old equipment they always playing with.
The irons are the same. Now, true, the driver might be a little different, add a couple yards potentially. But I'm going to say if as long as he doesn't get hurt or stay out of it, but if he just keeps on his pace, we'll look up and he will have more, a better career.
He's too inconsistent for me. Because Tiger was always there, always there.
That's the thing about all these guys, McIlroy and Spieth.
When I say always,
why can't you play McIlroy and Spieth? McIlroy had like a 3-year period there where he was the same, like he was almost unbeatable, and then he just went away for whatever reason.
Well,
can't make a cut now.
How many times after Spieth won did we hear about him missing cuts? Multiple times.
He's missed more. He has missed more cuts than Tiger. Tiger was phenomenal in his first.
Tiger was the
years
consistency, and that's what I'm saying. Everything. Tiger had the whole package. He was always there competing, and never had those blow-ups like we're seeing in Spieth.
Yeah,
but winning.
Spieth looks like he's gonna have a great career, but he's only got 3. Like we really jumping the gun if we even put him on a career arc. that would lead him to be anywhere near Tiger. Like, you got to put him as a player that might be, might get to double digits maybe, but that includes him having a miraculous run in the next few years, and he's got a lot of competition. So we'll see. But it is enjoyable to see golf again. That's fun. That's guys that you know.
I will say, shout out to Spieth though, bro. When he made that chip in from the sand, golf needs more of that. When he went really crazy, that's what golf needs. Like, if I was to play golf right now, oh my, I would be out there so, one, I would be raging every time I hit a bad. Two, every time I hit a, I would be talking so much trash, dog.
Your clubs would be in the pond.
Yeah, I got another set in the whip. What you mean? It don't matter. I got another set. So, dog, imagine, like, dude, that gave me like goosebumps when he did that. Like, golf needs to be more like that. What is it? Whatever hole 9 or whatever it is at Waste Management Open 17, whatever it is. We need more of that golf than this gentleman's clap golf. Like,
but I think it's trending that way.
Did you see him hit the ball tap with his caddy?
No.
His caddy told him to switch clubs.
No. So after he goes and turns in his scorecard, he walks out and his caddy's standing outside, and he hits him with that little nut check.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it was on TV. It was awesome. Because you don't see that in golf. Like, normally, dude, that's...
Dude, I mean, when he threw his golf club like that and everybody was going crazy, like, you don't see that in golf either. Normally, it's like a fist pump, like, let's go, or like the Tiger Woods mean fist pump. Other than that, that's it.
You can never trump Tiger. He's always going to be... Because he brought so many fans to golf and he changed golf. So I'm not going to say that he's going to be better than Tiger, but I think this is you're going to be in the future, you're going to say Tiger and Spieth. That's what I think.
Playing instrumentals over there still?
Do I get them going? I get them going.
What y'all think about
you're jumping around?
What y'all think about him? So when he got into trouble on 14 or whatever that was, they said it took him like 20 some minutes to hit that next shot. Do you think there should be, people were saying that affect his
woosah. He's like, all right,
right, and that's when he went on that run after he took that long break. Like, should they have allowed
probably
that?
Went and hit a J. He probably went out there and smoked a quick bleeze. He was probably like, all right.
I mean, golf has that playthrough like that. I mean, he was in the final group, so there was nobody behind him. But you know what I mean? Like, it's usually a bit of a time limit.
20 minutes is a lot, but Spieth is one. He'll always go, get the. They're not called referees in golf, but he'll grab the guy that knows the rules, and he'll say, okay, there's a sprinkler head right there. Do I get relief? This, and so he'll, he's good at that. But after he took that little break, I feel bad for Kuchar.
Yeah, his opponent. Yeah,
Kuchar kind of lost some steam when that happened, but
it's momentum. Golf is definitely momentum.
In the end, he's got the dub.
Yeah, I mean,
he does have it.
Is it chicken, rice, and beans time here?
Let's let Chris go get some Chipotle.
Yeah, man. This man is hungry.
Yo, it closes in 30 minutes. If I don't, I'm gonna have to settle for like cookout, which ain't bad, but like
you settle.
You gotta keep, bro.
You're talking about for the diet wise. That's definitely a big difference between Chipotle and cookout.
Yeah, but cookout, you can get what, quesadilla, hamburger, hush puppies,
and
cheeseburger, milkshake. Yeah,
for $5, you're like, okay. Look, man, shout out to Cookout. All right, we need a sponsorship. If you guys are listening to this and you're not from North Carolina, Tennessee, I think, a little bit of South Carolina, and maybe Virginia, y'all missing out on life. In-N-Out, lame. Justin, tell Monica, In-N-Out ain't got nothing. In-N-Out is the most overrated fast food chain in America, dude.
Here's the thing: is she's on one end of the spectrum, and you and several others on the other end on hating on In-N-Out. In-N-Out is a good fast food burger that is always consistent. You always have the same fries and same burger. That's the thing, is the consistency. You can go to Wendy's, and sometimes it might be a little better than In-N-Out, and sometimes it might be a lot worse. The consistency.
Cookout is always consistent because it's cooked fresh.
Yeah, so Cookout might. I mean, we don't eat. I've eaten there a couple times. It was good, but In-N-Out has that certain style of burger, and it's always the same. And I think that's why a lot of people like it, because it's always going to be the same.
I gotta get out of here, dude.
This man Chris is hungry.
Chris is out.
Dipped out.
All right, man. We'll tune back in next week. Matt, go ahead and end the show for us. End the show.
All right,
people. Hold on, before you do that, Matt. They said that LeBron is tempted to beat Kyrie Irving's ass if they saw each other. The beef is real, y'all.
What?
Are you serious?
Yes. That is
man been
ESPN
listening
that
to,
said that.
He been listening to too much of that Meek Mill, man. Go tell LeBron throw on some slow jams like Westbrook and relax. He ain't about that life, I don't think.
Does LeBron send his posse out to frame Kyrie or something?
I don't know.
That's wild. So is this gonna be the new story? Like last year was Westbrook and Durant. This year is gonna be LeBron and Kyrie that drives the whole NBA season. The beef between them.
Any attention's good attention, or any publicity is good publicity.
Hey, it's July 20. It's almost football season, and we're still talking about basketball fully. So
yeah, we'll be on football next week.
Yeah, for sure. So next week, Monday night, the 31st at 8:30, we will be coming to you live on YouTube. Shortly after that on SoundCloud. We appreciate everybody for checking us out. Episode 14 for Diggs and Mr. Lavender. Catch y'all next week.
Peace out.
All right, peace.